Hold up. That wasn't there the last time we checked on Verbolten construction. But before we get into that, it's the opening weekend of our third favorite event. Welcome back to Eddytainment. My name's Eddie, and today we are back at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg for the opening weekend of the Food and Wine Festival, our official third favorite event here. Of course, I'm here with my little partner. Yes, Olitainment. The park has a ton of new food items. It's a beautiful day, and I'm looking at the lines, and it looks super busy. So we're gonna make our way around. We're gonna try to help you guys make the most of your Food and Wine Festival. If you're making your way out to the park, there's also a concert, the Beach Boys. So let's make our way into the park, but we'll end it. Don't worry, guys. I know some of you guys are looking forward to this part. We'll end it making our way over to Verbolten to check out some things, and I hear that something new has gone up.
Time for food and wine!
Taking a seat just behind the sweet shop. Hey buddy. He got his new little plushie as we made our way in, but let's start off with the event and what to expect. So first and foremost, April 23rd through June 21st. It's a pretty long event, and we also have the concert series that goes along with it. Make sure to grab yourself a festival guide. This will help you guys navigate throughout the park. Obviously, we have a lot of food to taste, so we needed a tasting lanyard. Now this guy, it's important. They do market it as you save 20% on your purchases, but only if you know what you're doing. So make sure that when you do this, this is the 15 item lanyard. It's $99.90. Didn't have a past member discount. So your average item needs to be $6.66 or more in order for you to actually have a savings. Now, I think that's going to be pretty easy for us. We're going to start our way over at Virginia and try out some of those items because I think the crab cake has returned.
Next up, Virginia.
All right, we've made it over to Virginia. We got the Chesapeake style crab cakes, jalapeno cheddar hush puppies, and the apple crisp. Some beverages as well. If there is a red wine, we'll definitely be grabbing that, but I think we're getting the Chesapeake style crab cakes as well as the jalapeno cheddar hush puppies. As you can see, both above $6.66. So we'll be able to get a nice savings on these two. All right, so we're hitting reset on the adventure because I don't know if you can notice, but we had to switch cameras. We're now on my cell phone. The memory card got a formatting issue. I don't know, I'll have to fix it later. But we did try the food over at Virginia. We had the hush puppies and the crab cake slider. Baby, how was the food? One thumbs up, and you got some of it on your shirt. Good, not new items, but we were able to try them. One bad thing, I did ask for red wine, and when we went up to the counter to collect our red wine, they told us there was no red wine at the Virginia booth. So the lady at the register kind of misled me. I'm not a fan of white wine, but we ended up just biting the bullet and grabbing that white wine. Now, we're on our search for Puerto Rico because we do have what we are calling the News from the Queue Challenge, something that we talked about on our last podcast, Destination Geek and myself, Paul. Well, I'm Eddie. Destination Geek is Paul. So it's a combination of the Mofongo and the Ropa Vieja. And I need to look at the map to see where Puerto Rico is, but we'll definitely be doing the News from the Queue Challenge, and I hope you guys do it as well. Let us know down in the comments if you guys test it out and what you think. And of course, we have to pay respects to the beautiful water features here at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, as we continue to make our way. We're crossing through Ireland. I took a look at the map, and it does look like Puerto Rico replaced what used to be the Jamaica booth, which is kind of sad. I like the beef patties that were in Jamaica, but that means it's about halfway down the park. So let's start making our way and enjoying some other food on our way to Puerto Rico. And next we take a look at Africa. We're not going to be grabbing a bite here, but you got a couple items on here. The peri peri chicken, the kalawi. It does look like one of the items that was here last year that I liked is no longer here. It was like an egg type of like beef and egg, and I don't see it anymore. That being said, the puff puffs, fried dough, and powdered sugar does sound tasty once the sweet tooth kicks in. And of course, we have to stop over at Hawaii. The park did look like it was super busy, but the lines haven't been too crazy. The crowds inside the park haven't been too crazy either. surprisingly. Now, Hawaii does have a decent line. We'll take a look at the menu in just a moment, see if there's something we want to grab here. But yeah, I'm surprised how easy the crowds have been compared to what the parking area made it seem. And here we are. This is the Hawaii menu. We got the Kahuka garlic shrimp. I feel like that's new. Spam poke bowl. That is not new. Kalua pork sliders. Pork and pineapple sliders. See, I don't like that the menus themselves don't tell you what's a new item and what isn't. I have to look on the little guide in order to figure it out, but maybe we'll grab ourselves a drink here. They typically have some good frozen drinks. And part of Hawaii is the tiki bar, but yeah, I think this line's a little bit long. We're just gonna keep making our way. Maybe check out Mexico. Hello. Hey, how's it going?
Good, how's it going?
Spectacular. And check it out. The wolvies are sleeping. They must have already had too much wine and food. Now, we were going to get ourselves a margarita, but that line is moving way too slow. But just a little pro tip. Right behind the margarita and Mexico is one of the nicest places to come relax and enjoy your food. You got this gazebo right now that you can see is empty. And then some seating behind it as well. And a ton of seating around this area. It's the butterfly garden. And we grabbed ourselves a frozen sangria at the La Belle Wine Bar. This is really a game changer. If you're looking at getting the margaritas, this is probably a way better choice. The margaritas don't even come frozen anymore, but we are over by the Royal Palace Theater at the back of the park, which is going to be the host to the concert series. And today we do have the Beach Boys at 7 o'clock. Hanson coming shortly after. Pop 2000. Hoobastank, which I'm looking forward to. Skillet and Flow Rider. So some really cool concerts coming. And tonight we have the Beach Boys. And we've made it to Brazil. And I gotta say, guys, the churrasco is a must-do. There's our little one jumping up. We got arroz doce cremoso, which is a coconut rice pudding. Linguiça, which is a sausage. I think that's the one that's photographed here. Tempuro baiano, Brazilian spiced marinated chicken drums. And cordillero, lamb mint garlic. Ooh, lamb. That sounds delicious. Now, the lines have started getting a little bit worse, so I did speak a little bit too soon. Don't know if we're going to stop at Brazil today. All right, psych. We ended up stopping at Brazil. Hi, baby. And we ended up getting the churrasco and the lamb. It was called like cordial or something like that. Cordial. I can't really remember how to pronounce it, but lamb, or this churrasco, which is beef, and lamb, which is the cordial. We're excited to try it out. Let's see if Ollie likes it. All right, go ahead, baby. Yummy. Was it good? That's a churrasco. Good stuff. Woo. Say, have you been eddytained? All right, so my turn. I've been excited for this. I was actually kind of sad that we were skipping it. Yes, Ollie, if the camera's over here, you can say hi. Let's see, so we got a little bit of the chimichurri sauce on the churrasco. That is good. And we've even had it sitting for a little bit because we were talking to friends. Still nice and warm. The consistency of the meat is cooked perfectly. And the churrasco sauce, the chimichurri, 2 thumbs up. Let's try the lamb. Okay, so we're gonna try the lamb together. All right, lamb, baby. Whoop. And then daddy.
Yummy.
A little bit less savory. A little bit more sweet. Is it the meat or the sauce? Is the chimichurri sauce different? I don't think so.
Is it a little bit spicy?
A little spicy?
Yeah. You can give me this green.
I don't think it's different.
Look at the green for me.
I think it's just the way that the meat interacts with the chimichurri sauce. This seems a little bit lighter, a little bit smoother. But I do like the savoriness of the churrasco better. Both delicious stuff. Okay, I don't know what it is, but I keep on tasting little differences in the sauce maybe. The lamb is definitely a little bit spicier. It definitely has some of that like lamby flavor in it. I don't know how to explain it, but if you've had lamb before, you'll get it. This is definitely my favorite. The churrasco is delicious. Ollie, 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 which is your favorite? Okay, he likes the lamb. Wow, what a monster. And it is a pretty busy day. We're looking forward to potentially seeing the Beach Boys. All right, so Ollie and I just got done at Caribou Pottery doing some candles, the little candle dipping. There he is having a blast. And I just noticed they got a new spot here. Let's see if we get to focus. The front porch, they got wine tasting featuring a selection of wines, the compliments, the smokes, the savory flavors of the grill. The front porch. Let's go check it out. It seemed like it's been a pretty popular spot. All right, and the bartender, Becky, suggested the Malbec. So we got ourselves a glass. Let's try this out. It's a little dark under here, but cheers, everybody, to food and wine. I hope you guys are enjoying. That is smooth. Ooh, and it's nice and chilled. Most people don't like their reds chilled, but I do enjoy a chilled red. All right, on our way to Puerto Rico, we're gonna do the news from the Q challenge. What a beautiful day. And it's super nice to see everybody back at the park. It is definitely a busy day. All right, we've made it to Puerto Rico and they got some Elvis Crespo playing. And we're gonna try out some of the food. Honestly, ropa vieja, shrimp ceviche, mofongo casserole, it all sounds good. But we're gonna do the news from the Q challenge, the mofongo casserole, and then top that baby with ropa vieja. And I'm gonna get ceviche on the side. All right, so the Puerto Rico booth, we got our food. We got the mofongo. I'm not a fan of the topping on the original mofongo, which is why we created the news from the Q challenge, which is throw some of this on this, mix it up, and see how delicious that is. That's how mofongo is supposed to be, with like a fresh meat, not like a chip on it. This right here was like the silent killer, because I didn't know that they had ceviche, and this looks and smells delicious with the chips. We're gonna try it on in just a moment. There he is. All right, so the angles are definitely rough with just using the phone, but we got the little kickstand. We're doing the ceviche first. This one sounds like the most refreshing and the tastiest. As Ollie hits the table. Ceviche. 2 thumbs up. Next, we have the ropa vieja as the table resettles. Ropa vieja comes with like the yellow rice and these like beautiful olives. Try the olive. I can already tell the beef with the rice is going to be delicious. But we'll do a little bit of the beef on its own. Ropa vieja has like a pulled beef. Very savory, very good. I'm not gonna lie, I do miss that Jamaica's gone here. The beef patty was one of my favorite things, and it was like a great value because it was a nice big portion. As Ollie put something else on the table, maybe. Okay, the next one is the mofongo, and we're gonna try the mofongo again on its own. Let's see if I get a good angle without dropping the. Let's see, let's mix it up. There it is. And I've heard some people don't like this, but still a great one to me. I think the trick is going to be mix it with the ropa vieja. The news from the Q challenge is going to be something that I think you guys are going to love. Make sure, if you guys are going to try it out, comment down below. We're about to do the news from the Q challenge. All right, so the last time when we were in Puerto Rico, the mofongo was topped with like a fresh beef or seafood or something. So I think this is gonna be the go. Here we go, the news from the Q challenge, first bite, and we mix it up good. That's ropa vieja with the mofongo. Shout out to Paul, he really came up with this idea while we were doing the podcast. And that's the go-to. Mix that up. But if I had to give like a review of the items, the number one by itself is the ropa vieja. Like with the little olive and everything. A little burst of flavor in your mouth. I'm gonna take the news from the Q challenge one step further. We got the ropa vieja with the monfongo. Oh gosh, the chip keeps on breaking. Bang. And then we're gonna get one of the shrimps. Put that right at the top. All three mixed. Oh yeah. Try the news from the Q challenge. All right, so overall assessment of Puerto Rico. Monfongo, good. Ropa vieja, good. Ceviche, good. But if I had to put them in order, I would say ropa vieja, ceviche, and monfongo last. But the news from the Q challenge, numero uno. If you mix monfongo with the ropa vieja, that's a nice mixture of like savory and sweet. And a little sidetracked here. Ollie with his little Busch Gardens photo op. Let's keep making our way. We're almost to Verbolten. All right, we start from the bumper cars, and we can already see Verbolten has a new sign. We're gonna try to see if we can get better angles at it, but it looks like it references the Black Forest. Let's see what else is going on as far as visible construction for Verbolten. All right, in person, the angles look better. I could see more, but definitely can tell that it says the Black Forest. What else it says is hard to tell. I'm assuming wrong turn somewhere. And there should be some false track that ends up moving in place. I do see some of the footers have been completed. Actually, if you look, there's one right there. That's a footer for something else. There's another one right over here. If you see that green thing right there, it's empty. So I think the false track is gonna be somewhere in that area. And it does look like there's some scaffolding on the show building entrance. So they might be changing the appearance of how it looks when you enter. But also, this looks like a decent angle at the, I think it says this way. Oh, it's the gnome. There's the gnome's face. You can see that pretty clearly. And I think it says this way. And obviously, we end up making a wrong turn. And from the queue, not much more. It looks like they did remove like the Tyvek like plastic protection on this. Now it's just plywood. We know that back there is Broom's closet. So that's got to be moving along. Let's see if we get an angle inside of where Frau Hexo is going to be. Doesn't look like much commotion in there, but that's where she's going to be. And that's confirmed now. Before we only were guesstimating, but now we know for sure where Frau Hexo is going to be. And we know Broom's going to be right back here, right behind that wall. Oh man, the weather doesn't look that great. A storm may be a ruin in the Black Forest. All right, and from the bridge, we see the beautiful flowers. But in addition to the flowers in the distance, we see the bridge. Now we can see the crane. That is probably what they brought the sign in with. And it just hasn't been removed. Maybe there's some other stuff getting placed. Oh, actually, the tree is probably getting moved that way. I think I saw somebody posted that they saw pieces of something getting transported while riding the train. But I also see over here plywood. I think that's plywood. Not sure if that's for the bridge scene or for something else. But there's definitely a little bit of construction going on in this area. You know, I thought that this would see a lot more. But it seems like we may not see much changes on the bridge scene here. Everything's going to be either in the queue line or just before the show building, and then the show building is going to have like the real big changes. All right, and on that note, we start wrapping up this great day at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. The weather is looking a little questionable before the Beach Boys arrive. We are going to go see if we can make our way over and catch some Beach Boy vibes. We have Verbolten behind us. Some construction definitely going on, and we're excited. The ride opening should be announced very soon. And just a moment ago, you saw Steeler Wayne's arm on the left-hand side of the screen right over here. Steeler Wayne, your arm again? There it is. Hello there, sir. Day one. We had a great time trying out all the food at the Food and Wine Festival. Definitely the ropa vieja and the churrasco was my favorite. Churrasco is probably number one, ropa vieja number two, but the Puerto Rico bush, the Puerto Rico booth definitely has some great stuff, and you guys should definitely try out the News from the Q Challenge. News from the Q Challenge, did it hold up?
It held up. Definitely try it. It is excellent.
It changes the experience of the food. It goes from one of them, or either one of them alone is okay, but together they're a flavor bomb in your mouth.
It was yummy.
It was yummy. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in.
Yum, yum.
We look forward to bringing you guys along for some more construction on Verbolten right here behind us. We will see you on the next one. But up till then, don't forget to ask yourself, have you been eddytained? Well, so much for the Beach Boys. The beach got rained out.